Oh, hey everybody. Hey, it's me, Richard, with Nightmares Anyone, and today I've got so much to talk to you guys about. I'm gonna do like a 5 book review, and I wanted to show you guys something. Just as I mapped out today's video, this just came in the mail. Yeah, from Jerry Roth, the one and only author of Bottom Feeders and On the Tip of Her Tongue. I cannot wait to see what's in that box. You guys got to come back after the intro. Hey, everybody. Yeah, there's something outside. Oh my God, no. What in the hell is that? Would you guys like to be scared? Welcome to Nightmares, anyone. Let's get scared. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Can you guys believe it's July 15th? My God, it's Tuesday, July 15th. And speaking of horror authors and friends of Jerry Roth, I am wearing my floor for a novella of horror by A. Lopez Jr. Now, since I've gotten this shirt, it's no longer a novella. Hasn't been for a couple years, and if you haven't read his book, check his works out. They'll scare the hell out of you. So, first off, I want to welcome some new subscribers to the channel. So hopefully you guys have been reading some scary ass shit, watching some scary ass shit. There's a lot of new horror out. Don't waste your time on Megan 2. It sucked. It was just horrible. So let's welcome to the channel in no particular order. Let's welcome Cindy Bennett, Heather Gallegos, Emily Kiang, Lee Danielle, and Junior Almond Jr. That's Almond as in Greg Almond, not as in Blue Diamond Roasted Almonds. Yeah, so one of the books I'm gonna do a review on is 2025's The Nightbirds by Christopher Golden. What the hell did I do with these books? Another one's gonna be 1980's The Lure by Felice Picano, or 78. And then 2025's Halloween. Now, I've talked to you guys about this. I might have even did a review where I talked about me and Larry Young's buddy reading it. I can't remember if I did the review or not, or what I thought about it, but yeah, I think I was still reading it when I talked to you guys about it last time. So let's get into the review. So you guys, you all know that I love vintage horror. Now, growing up in the 60s and 70s and being an openly gay kid, in the late 70s, it was always scary, the fact that you always heard stories of, ooh, there's guys that prey on gay men in bars, and they'll kill you and slaughter you and tie you to the bed, and then, So, I am going to throw on my glasses because I gotta read you. Let's see. So this one came out in 1979, and it is Felice Picano's The Lure. Now, as you see here, it says it might be the most shocking book you will read this year. Explosive. Picano plays out the novel's secrets brilliantly, one deliberate card at a time. Felice Picano is one hell of a writer. Stephen King author of The Shining. You know, if you have a blurb by Stephen King on your book, you know your book's gonna sell. But I want to read you the back. It says, Noel Cummings, young, handsome, a recent widower, the innocent witness to a brutal murder. Noel Cummings, police bait, the lure. A flicker of light, the glimpse of a dying man's face, and he is plummeted into stark terror, into a world he knows nothing about. New York's night world of gay bars and strobe-lit discos. A world that fascinates, repels, menaces, and attracts. Until he is caught between an obsessed policeman and his elusive prey. Sorry, I have my retainer in. Trapped between the most alluring woman he has ever met and her dangerous, magnetic lover, until there is nowhere for Noel Cummings to turn, no one to turn to, and no turning back. So, Seattle Post-Intelligencer, where I grew up, said, whipped my reading speed to racing pace. Exceptionally good, exceptionally well written. Okay, this book has 442 pages. It was published by Dell. This book, I read it, I remember when I was in high school, when it first came out. And those of us that were brave enough to carry it around school, there was like me and 7 of my friends that read it. It scared the shit out of us. Now, being in 1979, I was only 18 years old. Yeah, it scared the hell out of us. And then nobody but the director of The Exorcist, William Friedkin, makes a horrifying movie about it, starring Al Pacino. And the movie was... the movie actually wasn't based on the book, but he did make the movie Cruising. And Cruising took this very mild story and took it to a 5-star over the top, sexually graphic horror movie. Now, I did just recently reread this. Wow, what can I say? Reading it back then was so much scarier and so intense and in my face. Now it's nothing. It was actually boring. It's slow. It drags out. There's nothing really graphic even in it. And for Felice Picano's writing, now Felice Picano has written a lot of books. The Mesmerist, which was a thriller about a magician. He wrote Smart as the Devil, which was supposed to be a horror novel, kind of a basic ripoff of The Exorcist and The Omen. And he wrote like People in History. I've never really liked his writing, but hey, I gave it 2 stars, 2 out of 5. Didn't hate it, but I don't think I'll read it again. So, what can I say about this next one? So, Halloween did come out in 2025. I know a lot of people have read it. Duncan Ralston does write. So, it came out in 2024, October of 2024. I thought it came out this year, but maybe I'm wrong. So, this book, first off, the print is so friggin' small. This book is a chunker of a book at 572 pages. And 570 pages. And Halloween comes once a year. Halloween lasts forever. So, awesome graphic cover art, cool cover art. I did this as a buddy read with my friend, also one of my subscribers here on the channel. He's followed me since my old channel. We've become really good internet buddies and friends through horror. We did a buddy read together. His name is Larry Yance. He actually flew through this book. It took me over a month to read this book. I actually, the print was so small that I actually downloaded the ebook and read it on my Kindle. but I still struggled to finish this book. It's very slow. It was so much fun and I was digging it. I was loving it to about 42%. Then it kind of gets really silly and kind of almost stupid. Yeah. Ralston brings in these really dumb, stupid characters, and he took what could have been a horrifying Halloween story that takes place on Halloween. I only gave it 2 stars. I can recommend it if you're a Duncan Ralston fan, but I am too, and I did not like this book. I loved it at first, and then it just took a shit dive. Can't recommend it. I gave it 2 stars. The next one. Okay, I was so pissed when I got this book. So, I love Christopher Golden's writing. I love Christopher Golden. All Hallows, I think, oh my God, All Hallows was such a phenomenal Halloween read a couple years back. And I've just really liked his stuff. Ararat, and God, I can't even go on. So, I ordered this, I pre-ordered it from Amazon a couple months before it came out. And then when it came out in May of 2025. This one, I gotta tell you something really quick. Let me look here. 290 pages long. When this book came, I didn't open it for a couple days because I had already started reading an ARC copy that I got, I don't know where I got it, but the cover art is so badass. Look at this cover art. It's a big shipping container with a skull underneath the water, and you'll notice these huge, gigantic birds. These are the night birds. Now, what pissed me off when I opened the box to get this book out, this book was thrashed. It was $28. This book came so thrashed. It had water. Look at this. I don't know. I read a review from another author, and he says something about, oh, my book couldn't have been more water soaked. I don't know if this was supposed to come like this. Look at this. It's just thrashed. And the front and the back, look at the inside back cover. Is just completely damaged. I mean, you know, was this part of the marketing of the book? They should have said something, because I asked for a refund through Amazon, and they said I had waited too long, so I couldn't get a refund. It was $28. So, whew, it says, well, here, I'm not gonna make you, I'm not gonna read the back cover, and I'm not gonna read the inside cover, but, yeah. So I'm going to read to you what I wrote on my Goodreads channel. So when I read this, I also read this one with a friend too. And let me see. So I started reading this June 22nd, and I actually finished it June 24th. Okay, here's what I wrote. Okay, I said, this has got to be the worst book by Christopher Golden I've ever read. Wow, when I first started this, it was slow, I had to admit, but I really had hope that it was going to be creepy. Oh my God. Oh my God. When the night birds started turning into the coven of witches that the book is about, it became so stupid and silly that you just wanted to get through this god-awful ecological mess of a so-called horror novel. Normally, I love his writings. Not this time. I hated it. Would not recommend you to waste the money on this one. Check it out somewhere online for free. 1 snooze. So what? I gave it 1 star. Yeah, I gave it 1 star. Can't recommend it. And then after I had talked to some friends about it through my YouTube channel, people were like, oh God, I gave up on that book. I gave up on Christopher Golden. He's just gotten really dumb. And, you know, I hope he's not going through his turnaround phase, how Stephen King did. But I hope he gets back to scaring the shit out of America and the world with his horror. This one didn't do it. This one, I just, no, didn't like it. Did not like it. So, another one I want to review. I'll pop up the cover. This one I tried to listen to the audiobook. It's the first book in a 3-book series. Here's the cover right here by Kevin Sato. This is Soldier of Death. Supernatural suspense with scary and horrifying monsters. It's the first in a 3-book series. Okay. It gets a 4.44 rating out of 112 ratings and 10 reviews on Goodreads. Now, I started to listen to it and, wow, I DNF'd it at 28%. Yeah. I thought it was boring. It was so stupid and slow. I was just like, I am not going to keep reading this and then, you know, really hate it and then expect to have to read book 2 and 3 for the story to finish. So I just said, nope, I'm going to DNF it. Yes, so I did. The other one I wanted to talk to you guys about is this one here. So this one came out September 1st, 2001. And, you know, this was 10 days later, the World Trade Center bombing would have happened. So, wow, what a time to not knowingly, you know when to release a book, especially 10 days before 9/11. So, Joe R. Lansdale is a classic horror writer. He writes some of the most gory, fun-filled. If you've never read his drive-in books, read the drive-in books by Joe R. Lansdale. He's a great author. So this is The Bottoms. Like I said, it first was published September 1st, 2001. It's got 328 pages. It's got a 4.5 rating on Goodreads. I started reading this June 15th, finished it June 17th. Now, I did listen to the audiobook. There's the cover. Here's what I said about this book. Now, oh my God, I love this book. This book is not for everyone. I'm going to tell you right now, if you are very sensitive to the use of the N-word, I stopped. Sorry, I'm itching, you guys. I don't know if I just got a spider bite or what, but I stopped keeping track of how many times I came across this word at 130. Yeah, so the word is used over and over and over in this book. Now, disturbing, heartbreaking coming-of-age tale of crime and true hate. Not for everyone. Though this book is labeled as horror, it is the farthest thing from being a horror novel, in my opinion. However, the book could have been a near-perfect read for me, but the overused N-word, and I stopped counting after 100, I wrote 120 in here, and it went on and on still, became almost an annoyance and deterrent from the story. The times are the late 1930s in Texas, and a young teen boy and his 9-year-old sister really learn the truth of what racism and true hate is one summer when they stumble upon a dead and ravaged black female body along their local river. Did the local goat man that all children are told of and learn to be terrified of when they go to bed, or something more disturbing? I can highly recommend this book to those readers who have an extreme tolerance of the use of the N-word, to an overabundance. Otherwise, it was a beautifully sad and somewhat well-written story of a time that I could not imagine ever having lived through. I would call The Bottoms a murder crime thriller, not a horror novel, but it is one that should not be missed. I gave it 4.5 stars. I did like the book. It made me cry. There are some pretty gruesome scenes in it, especially the scenes that have to do with the black naked woman's body that they found along the river. And it just, I can't imagine. It's one thing that really disturbs me when I see it in movies. 12 Years a Slave was a great movie, but I literally had to walk out twice of the theater because there were some scenes that were just... And then Quentin Tarantino did a movie that involved slavery, and they were feeding the people to dogs. I literally had to walk out of that movie. But you have to realize what you're going into with The Bottoms. It is considered one of his classics. I did like it. I don't know if I would read it again. But yeah, if you love crime novels and thrillers, it's a very well written book. And there are times of funny comments from some of the old people in the town, and it's very sad though. It's beautiful. It's a beautifully told story, but it's very sad and hard to read and hard to get through at times. But so you guys, when I got that box, I immediately called Jerry Roth and asked him, when is the publishing date? Comes out in September. Asked him if I could open it in today's video, but I knew this video was going to be pretty long, so I'm going to wait till probably tomorrow or Friday to open that box. So yeah, you guys have to wait. I'm so pumped. I cannot wait to see what's in that box. I know the title of the book, and I know it is a book. He has told me that, but I can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah, so you guys got to wait too. So as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe down here, right here somewhere. Pick up a good book. Have great nightmares. Get scared when you read. If you truly love horror, sometimes horror is psychological, which is great. But hey, I love to be scared, and I love to read horror. So once again, thanks, Junior. I wear this shirt quite often when it's not so hot out. And I have got to find what in the hell just bit me. But you guys take care. I'm Richard with Nightmares Anyone. See you in the next video. Bye, you guys.